Hi, I'm Janet Newcomb, and I'm here at the Jackalope Ranch restaurant in Indio, California, just across the street from Palm Springs. And I'm with the owner of this restaurant, Lee Morcus. Hi, Lee. How are you doing today?
Fine. Good morning.
Do you have a lot of jackalopes on this property?
We have a few. Jackalopes were domesticated, oh gosh, maybe 150, 180 years ago, and this was one of the original ranches in the Southwest where they were originally domesticated.
Well, what were they domesticating them for? Were they edible?
Generally, they were for food, but you know, you go back to the ancient lore, their fur was prized because it was soft and warm, but the Native Americans used their horns. They used to powder them and believe it was an elixir or a tonic that made a man more masculine and a woman more feminine, and there were other body parts that they used for medicinal value as well.
Do you see them on the property here very often?
Occasionally. They're generally fairly shy creatures, but once in a while we see one or two around.
You have a very big parking lot here. Is there a problem that they might get hurt in a parking lot?
We did put some signs up front, because once in a while one will bound across the road.
It has pretty nasty looking antlers.
Yeah, they're pretty sharp horns. That's again the cross between the antelope and the jackrabbit. Some of them, you know, can be pretty big. Some of them are a little smaller. There's a band that extends all the way through the plains and the prairies, all the way up into the Dakotas and parts of Montana, all the way down through the desert Southwest.
If you find that you have a whole big troop of them, is there any chance you'd add them to the menu?
There are places that are domesticating them for consumption, but it's very highly regulated and controlled. I probably wouldn't do it, although they do taste like chicken. I've tried it a few times, and it's a great meat for grilling and smoking. But
well, which is what you do here. You have the best smoked barbecue ribs and things.
We do a pretty good job with the barbecue and the grill
You
here.
also use a lot of local produce here on your menu, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner kind of thing. Do you ever have a problem with jackalopes getting into your trash?
They do love fresh produce, flowers, fruits, like we talked about, the tangelo trees. And there have been instances where they've leaped up into the produce delivery truck when the driver's been dropping off part of an order and gotten into the carrots and some of the leafy vegetables that they like.
They're just little thieves is what they are.
Yeah, well, they like to eat, you know, just like me. They like to eat, you know.
Is there a danger to humans with these critters?
Well, they will charge. If they've been provoked or they feel that there's a threat of danger, they will either do what most people do. They'll either prepare to fight or prepare to flee. One of the reasons they have such power is to escape the vicious chupacabra that comes out at night and lives literally on blood. But those horns are, you know, they would be used in the same way that an antelope would use their horns, or a deer, you know, for charging. So yes, they could be dangerous.
But what if you come here and you confront an angry jackalope, or you're confronted by an angry jackalope, or you startle one? What should you do?
Well, if you're provoked, like most wild animals are, until you are out of the range of what they consider to be their danger zone, they'll continue to charge you. And if one starts charging, you got to be pretty quick.
We just don't want to go after them. If you see one, don't go up to it.
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
You have about 250 people working here. I hope you've warned them all about the don't mess with the jackalopes.
Yeah, and the jackalopes don't mess with them either. They're generally very shy and timid. They're just awful cute. I'm, you know, got a soft spot for them.
Well, thank you, Lee Morcus, for having us here today. We really are happy to learn about the mythical jackalopes that are really here in Indio, California at Jackalope Ranch restaurant.